Do you want to know the powerful impact fathers have on their children? They do have a powerful impact. Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, and good family relationships. We talk about these things through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about fathers and how powerful they really are. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the power that fathers have on their children and what we can do to strengthen fathers in that vital role in the family. Fathers are incredibly powerful. I wouldn't be the person I am today without my father. In fact, my children have become a great version of their father. So my husband, when I first married him, he said, "You should know something about me. I'm not very patient. I hope I'm going to be a good father." And I thought, oh no, should I be worried, right? But he really wanted to be a good father. He said he was praying for patience for many, many years. Now, there were a few times he exploded at the children. There were a few times where he was less than perfect in his father role, but they saw him work again and again at becoming calm, at becoming the type of father that he wanted to be. And stay to the end of this, because at the end of this, I'm going to give you some of his tips and tricks for how to be calm as a father, because that was something that was huge for him, to learn that power of calmness. So anyway, he worked on that. And as my children have gotten married and now started families of their own, I see these aspects of their father, and it's all the positive things. His dedication to family, his fun side, how he always puts everything else aside and puts family first, how he's kind of laid back, how he wants to play and have fun and tease. They all want to do that too, especially the boys. And as I've been watching the girls pick men to marry, interestingly enough, these men that they're marrying have qualities that their father also has. So what impact does a father have? The father literally shows his children who to marry and what to be like when they grow up. In fact, when children are little, when they're just like 0 to probably age, 12 or so, they look to mommy for the example in almost everything. In fact, they will turn on daddy. They will even tattletale on daddy to mommy if he does something that mommy told them not to do, right? So they will turn on daddy. But once they hit about age 11 or 12, they look at daddy as this example of who they want to become. And they start saying to daddy, "Hey, let's do this and not tell mom," that kind of a thing, because they see dad as the one who's going to help them branch out into the world, launch and learn the things that they need to succeed. They see daddy as strong, as being wise when it comes to the ways of the world. They see him as the perfect mentor for becoming an adult and launching from the house. So what if daddy doesn't do those things? What if daddy doesn't work hard? What if daddy doesn't launch himself very well? What is going to happen to his children? What will they see? And what kind of work will mom have to do to try to counteract that? It's going to be very difficult because his influence is very strong, especially when they're older. If daddy has a certain addiction to the TV, the children are going to develop an addiction to the TV or the phone. If daddy's always on his phone, the children will want to be on a phone, and they will assume that that's what they need to be doing all the time. Daddy has that type of pull on the hearts of his children. We need to make sure that we always recognize how powerful dad is in his grooming and training of the children for adulthood, because that's probably his greatest power. The thing is, when they're little though, daddy also shows them how special they are. My father had a nickname for all of his children. I was his little princess. He also called me Twinkle Toes sometimes because I was a dancer. And because he would come up with these cute little nicknames for all of the children, we knew that we were important to daddy. So even if he couldn't be there a lot, we knew that he thought about us as we thought about our stuffed animals or our dollies. We cared about them so much, and he cared about us too, even though he had to be gone for a long time. Those little secret pet names that he gave us still stick to this day. We all talk about the names that Daddy called us. My husband's father did the same thing. He had little nicknames for all of his children and all of his grandchildren. These were things that were special just for him and for them. And they helped everybody know how much Grandpa or Daddy cared about them. Daddies have their special ways of showing value to the children, even if it's just in a special name or a look or a type of cuddle or a way of tucking someone in at night. My father used to tuck me in at night and he would sing, "You're a grand old flag," and he would march around my room because I loved the song so much, and I would giggle and he would do all of these actions, and I just loved it when Daddy would put me to bed and sing me a song. I still remember the love that I had in my heart, even as a little 5 and 6-year-old girl, because of what Daddy did to make a display in my room. Even though I was with Mommy all day, Daddy was oftentimes one of my favorite people to play with. And if I ever got a chance to go on a date with Daddy or to play with Daddy, I was always so excited about it. So we're going to talk more about the impact that Dad has on his children and society and how we can help strengthen the role of fathers. But first, click on the subscribe button now. That subscribe button will give you access to all of the great videos on this channel so that you don't miss them. They all help strengthen your relationship with your children, whether you're a daddy or a mommy. So click on the subscribe button now. So we've been talking already about some of the impacts that fathers have on their children. They give them a sense of purpose, a sense of worth, and a sense of identity. If Dad loves them, if he's there for them, if he goes to work and serves them and strengthens them, and if he honors Mom, then they get this feeling of belonging in this family that gives them an identity they cannot get any other way. Now, in recent years, there's been this movement for fathers to step up when it comes to fatherhood, to be more involved in the day-to-day living of their children, to take time away from work, to spend time with their children, playing and teaching and going to school activities and extracurricular activities, when in years past, maybe they wouldn't have done that. And we are seeing positive effects in the lives of children. But we can always do better at honoring Father. I would like to see media honor Father. I would like to see the good messages about fathers being presented. Sure, there's a lot of stories about men that do things they shouldn't do. But what about the great things that they are doing that strengthen society? We need to be focusing on that. And mothers, we've got to talk good about fathers. And fathers, you've got to love your job. Really, our attitude about who each other is in the family makes all the difference. If we talk about the good things, if we talk about who each other is in our lives, that strengthens our identity as an entire group. So if we want to strengthen fathers, we've got to make sure to keep them in the conversation, not just take everything over as women can so easily do. Women, we know we are efficient. We can be very effective in all of our work that we do, but we've got to bring the men to the table too. So men and women communicating together, working together in the workforce, in the family, these are all great things that we can do to strengthen fathers, and then making sure that we talk good about Father even when he's not there, especially when he's not there. Now, I promised you a special gift, remember? A gift that will help you with your calmness. Well, in the description below this video, there is a link to my Calm Parenting Toolkit. And if you click on that link right now, you can get the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. So if you go to teachselfgov.com/toolkit, you can get the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free right now. There's 10 lessons in there, 10 tools that will help you become a better father or a better mother and improve your calmness in all situations. So click on that link now. I'll see you there.